Hey ninth graders, Sarah here. This is part of several videos that I will be posting here in the coming weeks regarding what to expect with ninth grade confirmation in preparation for the rite of confirmation this fall. This particular video is just about the project packet and what you do with it. So I encourage you, if you don't have the project packet in front of you, to hit pause and grab that from our Shepherd of the Valley page. Type Rite of Confirmation into the search bar and it will take you to the Rite of Confirmation page that has everything you need to know about the Rite of Confirmation and this project that you guys are going to be working on this spring. So if you go to that page, find the My Life and Faith Project Packet Instructions button, that should open up a PDF of this project. Looks like that. So if you have the capability at home to print out a hard copy, that would be ideal to have that. If you don't, that is just fine. You can follow along by flipping through the PDF on a computer, tablet, whatever works the best for you. Okay, so this is the project packet. There are two things that are actually due. The first thing is the packet in its entirety. Pages 2 through 5 actually need to be filled out and turned in. And the other piece that needs to be turned in is your actual project. And you're not going to physically bring that in and turn that into church until your one-on-one conversation. So let's walk through this packet. The first page outlines kind of the how-to of everything. So the top portion, why is this important? Why do we do this? Because before you get confirmed, we think it's really important for you to sit down and reflect on your life of faith and what God has been up to in your life through a lens of faith. Because we think that the rite of confirmation is a decision that you get to make within the context of your family and your peers, and we don't want anyone to feel coerced into getting confirmed. So if this fall is not the right time in your life to confirm your faith, to affirm your baptism, that is okay. But we do want you to go through that process of reflecting. So whether or not you decide to be confirmed this fall, this project is a really important tool to help you discern your readiness to be confirmed. So read through that top portion of why this project matters. The next section here, you might hear my baby crying in the background or the cat trying to get out of the room. So I apologize in advance for a little bit of background noise. We're making do with what we've got here. The next portion of the packet here, how to complete the project. So like I said, pages 2 through 5 need to be filled out and turned into Shepherd of the Valley. So students, you are going to fill out pages 2, 3, and 4. And open, honest reflections are best. Please don't put what you think that I want to hear, what the pastors want to hear. There are no right or wrong answers. And so please respond openly and honestly. And then parents, this last page, page 5, please fill this out with your ninth grade son or daughter. We have to have this information in order for your son or daughter to be confirmed. It's critical for us to know what robe size to order, so that's why we ask for the height, for example. It confirms the weekend that you would like to be confirmed. All sorts of information that's really critical for us to have. So that is that last page. All right, so the bottom part here of this explanation page, please check that out, parents. It's really great when you can sit down and reflect on these questions yourself so that there's some mutual conversation that happens. And like I said, no right or wrong answers. It's just really great to be able to share your own story to help your son or daughter kind of conceptualize their story as well. So what you're gonna do is fill this packet out. Once you are done with your responses to this packet, go back through, choose any 10 of the responses that you have. There doesn't matter which ones you choose, just choose 10 And then you're gonna take those 10 responses and make a project out of it. And there's lots of different ways that you can do that. I think the most common way that students have done it in the past is to do a shoebox collection. So take an empty shoebox, and based on the 10 responses that you choose to make your project out of, you're gonna find an object that represents each individual response. So you would have 10 objects in your shoebox. And then when you get to your one-on-one conversation, you would take each object out and say a little bit about it. So when I sit down with students and have a one-on-one conversation with them and they've brought a shoebox, what I'll say is, tell me what you've brought, why you brought it, and how it connects to your faith. So as you are putting your project together, reference back to your packet. This is why I picked a baseball, for example, because it represents a talent that I have is to play baseball. And the way that it connects to my faith is that I feel like when I'm on the baseball field, I am most like myself. And it's something that is life-giving for me. It's fun. It has taught me a lot about life, about how to get along with others. And I've seen God at work on the field when, maybe somebody got hurt and everybody rushed in to help out, and you sense God's presence in that moment. So just an example of how you would correlate an object in your shoebox to a response from your packet. So you're gonna have 10 of those. And I would encourage you to have a note card for each object so that when it comes time for your one-on-one conversation, you will have those note cards to help support what you would like to share with a pastor or youth director at your one-on-one conversation. Okay, so other ideas of projects that you could do a photo album or a scrapbook. Make sure that you label each thing of, this is what you're seeing, why you're seeing it, how it connects to my faith. You need to have at least 10 photos that go along with your scrapbook. You could do a life timeline. So starting as far back as you want to go, pick at least 10 significant moments throughout your life that come from the responses from your packet and put them into a timeline and a little description of this is what this moment was all about, why it's significant, how it connects to my faith. You could also do an essay, and I would really encourage you to think about an essay if you are somebody who has a hard time verbalizing and articulating your thoughts. Sometimes being able to just put your thoughts onto paper is a really great way to express yourself. So consider an essay if you are not as verbal of a person, and that's a really great way to highlight some significant moments throughout your life. 2 to 3 pages would be great for that. Okay, we are not going to be able to meet again this year as a group, and so what we would have done is we would have asked you to bring this finished packet to our second parent night later this spring, and you would also have brought your finished project that night. And what I'm going to ask you to do instead is to finish your packet, make your project. Once your project is done, then send me your finished packet, because the pastors and youth directors use these packets to prep for your one-on-one conversation. And so it's very important for us to have this prior to your one-on-one conversation so that we can do our homework and be ready for you. So this is due to me by Wednesday, April 29th. And you can either send it to me through snail mail to Shepherd of the Valley with attention to me, or you can email it to me. You can type up your responses and email it to me at my work email, sarah.olson@sotv.org. And I'll make sure that you have all of the resources to be able to contact me and get these to me. And then your project, you're gonna hang on to that at home, and that is due when you come to your one-on-one conversation. And there will be other videos to instruct you on how to sign up for your one-on-one conversation and all that good stuff. Okay, so let's just take a look here, make sure I'm not forgetting anything. So So you're gonna fill this packet out, take 10 of your responses, turn it into a project, which you bring to your one-on-one conversation that happens sometime this summer. We'll either do it virtually or in person if we are so lucky. And then you will be on track for the rite of confirmation this fall. If you have any questions, if you are anxious about this, please don't hesitate to reach out. This is supposed to be a fun process and one that really gets you to take a deep look at your life so far. And so some of you need to hear the message to really take this seriously and to put some effort into it. And some of you need to hear the message that this is not graded perfection. So there's gonna be people at both ends of the spectrum, and hopefully you find yourself somewhere in between there. But take about 3 hours to finish your project, to fill out your packet and to turn it into a project. If you're not putting that much time into it, I would urge you to consider, have I really put enough effort into this? If you're spending way more time than 3 hours on everything, you're probably going a little bit too above and beyond the expectations for this. So that is the My Life in Faith project. I really look forward to getting your packets back and reading through those. So we had a little bit of a Celia's songs of crying in the background, but missed you all, and happy projecting here. Bye.